Harry-Meghan's anti-monarchy crusade spreads to Biden, is this next? Greeting and a gracious welcome to the world of royal staff channels. In the world of politics, every move counts. One decision can change the course of history, and President Joe Biden's recent snub of the upcoming coronation of King Charles III is no exception. It seems that Biden's Anglophobia has continued throughout his presidency, with his disdain for Britain and the monarchy becoming increasingly apparent. Back in 2020, a viral video of the then president-elect being asked for comment during the campaign by the BBC revealed his disdain for Britain. When asked for a quick word for the BBC, Biden replied, "The BBC. I am Irish," with a threatening glare, before breaking out into a demented grin. This attitude towards our monarchy has continued, with Biden plotting to have Winston Churchill's bust banished from the Oval Office. Biden could have made history by being the first American president to attend a coronation, but instead, he has chosen to snub the occasion. This decision only adds fuel to the fire of the constant drumbeat of hatred towards our royal family from the American left. Many on social media have expressed their anger at Biden's decision, with some even calling him one of the worst presidents in modern history. Those who support the monarchy have accused him of siding with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who have been known to criticize the royal family publicly. Twitter has even added a note of context onto some tweets, stating that no U.S. president in history has attended the coronation of the British monarch. However, this fact has done little to appease the anger of those who support the monarchy and feel that Biden's decision is a snub to Britain and the royal family. It seems that the malign influence of Harry and Meghan on the way many left-wing Americans think about the UK and the royal family has played a part in Biden's decision. The president's disdain for Britain and the monarchy is apparent, and his decision to snub the coronation only confirms this. The British public won't forget his barely concealed hatred towards our great country anytime soon. People must be shocked when they read that President Biden has refused to attend the momentous occasion, marking yet another disrespectful move from our greatest friend across the Atlantic. But let's not pretend this is surprising. After all, it just goes along with the rest of his horrible presidency. There have only been 2 coronations in the last 100 years, with the most recent in 1953, and globalization has transformed the way world leaders travel since then. However, this isn't an excuse for such a blatant disregard for our long-standing alliance. Despite the vitriol that will inevitably come my way for saying this, I stand by my comments. Be it consistently backing Ireland and the EU during highly sensitive Brexit negotiations, slamming ex-PM Liz Truss publicly for trying to cut taxes, or siding with the ghastly Prince Harry and Meghan Markle over their fake royal family racism claims to Oprah Winfrey, President Biden has proven time and time again that he is no friend of the UK. The historic coronation of King Charles III. This May should have been a moment to change all that. It's one of the most important days in modern British history, and world leaders from all corners of the globe will be in attendance. However, Biden's refusal to attend is a clear sign that the special relationship is spluttering on in spite of the occupant of the White House, not because of him. Travel and protocol have transformed in the 70 years since the last coronation, when Dwight D. Eisenhower was in power. If Biden were prepared to show respect for the UK, there could be no better way than turning up at Westminster Abbey on Saturday, May 6, alongside dozens of other heads of state from all over the world, including all 3 presidents of our political enemies over at the EU. Sure, Biden is already traveling to Northern Ireland to mark the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement later this month, but describing the 80-year-old gaffe-prone leader as doddery is being kind to him. Given the magnitude of the historic event, another trip a few weeks later is warranted. U.S. officials want to avoid the decision being seen as a snub and will possibly send the First Lady Jill Biden, but the damage has been done. Especially with a U.S. government source pointedly telling the Daily Telegraph, he's very proud of his Irish roots. Before anyone tries to dismiss the decision down to his age alone, think again. This is a clear sign that the special relationship between the UK and the US is in peril, and that the current occupant of the White House is not someone we can rely on. In his autobiography, Promises to Keep, Joe Biden acknowledged the deeply held Irish grudges of his mother's Irish-American relatives, who once declared to him that his father was not a bad man but rather English. Before his first meeting with the late Queen in 1982, Biden's mother Jean Biden gave him a simple piece of advice: don't bow down to her. Biden's anti-English sentiment is emblematic of the way the left-wing movement worldwide has slowly turned against the UK and its royal family, viewing them as symbols of colonialism, which they often criticize for political reasons, neglecting the numerous benefits the British Empire brought to the world. Regardless of one's opinion of him, there is no doubt in my mind that Donald Trump, unlike Biden, would have gone to great lengths to attend the coronation of the king. The world was abuzz with news of President Biden's decision not to attend Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. While his predecessor, Donald Trump, would have attended to see what a coronation is like, hoping to have his own. According to sources, President Biden thinks in terms of diplomacy and didn't see the point in having 2 bulletproof cars and enormous security flown over to attend a ceremonious event that is far from a diplomatic one like the G7. However, it seems that there may be more to President Biden's decision than meets the eye. Perhaps in part because of his mother's Scottish heritage, he had a deep respect for both the late Queen personally and the importance of the British monarchy. On the other hand, he saw Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as a danger, describing them as destructive. It's no secret that Harry had formed a close friendship with Biden and his wife Jill through his Invictus Games, with the president once stating, "Jill went to London for the last games. She spent too much damn time with Prince Harry." That closeness resulted in the president's spokeswoman, Jen Psaki, praising the Sussexes for courage after their notorious interview with Oprah Winfrey, where they made a number of unsubstantiated attacks about the royal family being racist that they have since had to walk back. But let's be real, what courage is there in destroying the legacy of your dying grandfather? Harry and Meghan have supported the Bidens politically, with the couple attending the Vax Live event during the COVID pandemic, and Meghan breaking all royal protocol to publicly back one of his Supreme Court nominees. Biden's sister, Valerie Biden Owens, even went as far as to say that Meghan would make a good candidate for president, openly encouraging her to join the Democrats. It's evident that in the bitter war of the Windsors, Biden sides with the aggrieved Harry, who is trying to tear down the British monarchy, rather than the current king and the heir to the throne, Prince William, who both want to modernize the institution while continuing many of its most important traditions. Biden might think his snub is clever, delighting his lefty base, and impressing his Californian pals the Sussexes, but he's missed the chance to make royal history. The British public won't forget his barely concealed hatred towards their great country and the disrespect he has shown towards their beloved monarch. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my latest content. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next one.